So if you were only going to have 2 weeks in Peru, I would really recommend you to start at Lima, which is the capital city of Peru. That's the main international airport. You land in Lima, give it a day's rest, go straight to Cusco. You can, start doing the Machu Picchu trek and Rainbow Mountain, walk around, do a few cooking class, really get to have a feel for, where you are and the culture and its people and things like that. And then after that, you can go to Arequipa, which is like a town. Can't remember how many hours away, but it's more tranquil there. It's not so much,
Not so much traffic.
Not so much traffic, and there's a lot of different markets with healthy smoothies and drinks and cuisines, and there's a lot of things catered for tourists. But with Arequipa, you get to trek Colca Canyon, see the Andean condors, which is these massive birds that grows up to 3 to 5 meters in width. If they spread their wings out, they're massive, right? And you get to see them over the Colca Canyon, which is you can do that trek in 2 days. It is the hardest trek I've ever done in my life. I had blisters all over my legs. It was just steep, It was the first day you go down all these rocks and it's steep down. It's 5, 6. It was I think it was 6 hours just going down. Straight down. Some people do it in 1 day. I don't know how they do it, but it's just beautiful. There's hot springs along the way as well.
Oh yeah.
So Colca Canyon, I think it's known to be the world's second steepest mountain. And then next you can go to Lake Titicaca, which is again a couple hours away by bus or by car, and it's this string of man-made islands, floating islands.
Really?
Yeah. So they make it. They
make it.
They make it from from these trees. I think it's
Oh, so it's
it's like a floating.
It's like a floating village.
Yeah, it's like a floating village,
yeah.
but I can't remember what they used to make it.
I know what you mean. I've seen that somewhere.
Yeah. Anyway, so Lake Titicaca is just a string of man-made floating islands, and these people still maintain their culture and heritage, and you'd see people, just in their traditional robes and clothings, and that's just how they live. And typically you'll have about 5 families on one piece of floating land raft, and they'll use boats that is handmade as well, out of plants. Yeah, so we stayed with a local family for 1 night, and we had a lot of quinoa soup, fish, and just potato, veggies. So it was just a lot of natural foods.
So people here think South America is very dangerous. So was it dangerous for you, or did you encounter something dangerous?
Yeah. So this is something that I can never understand. People talk about countries that they've never been as if they've been there, based on what someone's told them.
I think most of the time people talk, it's not a lot about Peru, it's more about
South America in general. Yeah.
So is it about Peru?
They just say South America in general, and they'll just...
Maybe it's just clumped in with the rest.
Yeah, they just think that the whole continent is dangerous, right? And don't get me wrong, before I went, I had friends telling me, this is what happened to this person, that person. It's just, these things can happen to anyone, anywhere. It doesn't need to be, you don't have to really just define it through, a group of places, certain places. You can walk around in Australia and get raped at night. I mean, obviously it has happened in the past year or so, in the news. So I think it's just really a stereotypical thing to say that, be careful of South America. But once you're there, you realize that humans, everyone is the same. If you're nice to them, they're nice to you. If it's all about finding the right kind of balance to act with each other, and obviously you just need to respect their culture. I don't remember a time when I was poorly treated while traveling at all.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to know.
Even though I did get my wallet stolen at a crazy festival where there was like just so many people, and obviously they, you know, target tourists and things like that. But I was never hurt or like harmed or threatened. Nothing like that. Yeah. Okay, I would have to talk about my experience with this festival called Paucartambo. It's a festival that happens once a year, right? In this small town called Paucartambo, which is like a couple hours away from Cusco. People generally dress as the whole town gets dressed up in certain characters that made up their history in the past. Like you have people dressing up as the Spanish invaders, people dressing up as slaves from the rubber periods, and then you have like nurses or, you know, just different characters in that time history. And everyone wore masks, and it was basically a day where they dedicate this celebration to their to one of their saints, Carmen the Virgin saint.
Okay.
And she was basically just like a historical, an iconic historical person that apparently grant wishes to the town, and she was like this bodiless person. Yeah, so they would parade around the street celebrating her Remembrance Day, and you'll have crazy activities like people, you know, jumping over, burning fire hoops, and you have rows of people just walking along in their mask outfits and just having whips and just making a whole lot of sounds and noises. And I guess if you're in their way, you get whacked. It's like, I've got a video of that. It's crazy. Like the whole town was just really bizarre. Everything was just bizarre about this festival. Yeah.
Very different to anything else you've seen.
Yeah, it was just very different. You just need to really be aware of all your things. But sadly, I lost my wallet that day.
So did you go to any other festivals?
Yes. I went to this outdoor music. It was like a bush doof. Okay, if you don't know what a bush doof is, it's basically just like a music event in the middle of a bush. In the middle of a bush, or like, you know, a deserted place.
Yeah.
It's in the secret valley of Peru. So it was it was called Incadelica, and believe it or not, I ran into someone from Australia, and she like lived in Sunshine. I was like, we're just like, wow, small world. But there were people, you know, from all around the place.
All around the world. Yeah. Big festival?
It was a very small, close-knit one. Yeah,
that's pretty
like
good.
about 50 people.
Really? Holy shit!
Was there anything I didn't like about Peru? Okay, I would have to say... What I didn't like about Peru was basically just... What I didn't like about Peru. So look, the only thing that was a bit... that I'd say was a bit inconvenient was just public transportation. I think it's still, you know, all the buses are really, really packed. Really, really packed. And yeah, that's about it.
So in general it was good.
Yeah.
In general it's a great
it
place.
was good. You know, you get what you expect, and you know, there was nothing that you'd be fully surprised. If you ever go to Peru, make sure you visit this market for Belen market. It's in Iquitos, the Amazon, where, you know, I obviously went to do my ayahuasca stuff. This market sells all kinds of crazy stuff, all kinds of crazy ingredients, okay? So I'm talking about monkey fingers, nails, tails, heads, you know, just any part of an animal, you would find it here. You know, they even sell bottles of ayahuasca just like on the table bench, and all these crazy potions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a bizarre.
Did you
market.
try any? No.
I didn't buy anything. I didn't buy anything crazy. No, I didn't buy anything crazy. I mean, if you're gonna visit this place, make sure you wear boots. like gum boots because it's just if it's a rainy, wet day or something, it's just gonna be muddy. There's just like street juice, just all over the place, and then you see
vultures.
Vultures, yes.
You see vultures.
There are like vultures.
They're massive ones, though. Yeah.
There are vultures just scattered all around, you know, waiting for food to be chucked on the ground or you know parts of something that someone doesn't want. It's just the place is insane.
So
but
it just takes you back to like when you see like movies and stuff.
That market experience just takes you back all the way, right? From all the things that you watch in medieval movies and things like that.
Yeah.
You're basically being transported back in time.
Yeah.
It's an amazing experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's a bit of all I got to say about my trip. Obviously, I can't fit everything, all my experiences in one video, but just, let me know what else you would like to know more. Maybe perhaps I can make, the second part. But yeah, I hope you found some good insights and there were a few things that you found interesting, and just feel free to ask me anything if you'd like.
Simon Kanchiruna, daddy da din dan dai, da din dan dai, da din dan dai, daddy da din dan dai, da din dan dai, da din dan dai, daddy da din dan dai, da din dan dai, da din dan dai, daddy da din dan dai, da din dan dai, da din dan dai. Cielo, cielo, piwichitol, cantaremos sin chi. Cielo, cielo, piwichitol, cantaremos sin chi. Dari da din dan dai, da din dan dai, da din dan dai. Dari da din dan dai, da din dan dai, da din dan dai. Dari da din dan dai, da din dan dai, da din dan dai. Dari da din dan dai, da din dan dai, da din dan